You guys.
Eh, Ukuna yosana to live. Eh,
That's Nako.
eh.
Pasru, hello. Are
Hello,
you
hello,
there?
hello. Yes, I am here. I am definitely here,
Ah,
my dear.
yeah.
Uh,
How's it going on your side?
I'm doing fantastic, Susie.
I think, what's so special at this particular point is that I get to speak to you, with regards to the book, because you're the book sponsor as well and the owner of Radium Seeker. So it's so special to have you here because to sponsor and to plug into somebody and to invest in somebody and to see somebody, you know, to have somebody believing you is, I think, what everybody wishes for, to have people that align and can see your vision and can help you if they can, whether it's prayer or whether it's resources. And you've been that for this particular project. And I really just want to find out from you, like, what is it that you saw and what's been the journey so far?
I was kind of hoping you would skip right over me and just talk about
Never.
talk about everybody else. I think we should actually play a song instead.
No.
Sounds like a much better idea. But well, I mean, how do I say this? This is something, and Queen Val knows this. I believe that everyone has a purpose in life, and sometimes some of us discover our purpose at a very tender age. I mean, I've known people who are 5 years old and they already know what the path they're going to take in life is. And for me, I've just I moved to the United States when I was about 17 years old. So I spent most of my adult life here in the US, and I can tell you that it definitely made me the man I am today, because I had to fend for myself. I had to learn to speak up. I had to learn to understand what things are worth fighting for and what things are not worth fighting for. And throughout my journey in the US, I've figured out that part of my purpose in life is to serve. I'm here to serve others. I'm here to almost like a vessel. I'm here to allow those who can uh, through whatever means I have. So to answer your question, I met Valerie in Queen Val in 2017. We actually met at a launch for Musica when we were launching Musica in Zimbabwe, and I just saw a bright light in her. I just saw this amazing young lady, and she's smiling right now. I don't want to get too emotional, so I won't say too much. But I just saw this bright spark, and this young lady who definitely, stood head and shoulders above the rest. And I was just drawn to her by just a natural beauty. And I'm not talking about the outward beauty. I'm talking about what was inside. There was a lot of depth. There was a lot of beauty inside, and I was just drawn to that. And as I begin to know her as an individual, and know the people who were surrounded her,
Mm,
I quickly realized that this young lady was destined for bigger things, because I found out I was not the only person drawn to her, that there were so many people drawn to her inner beauty. I think a lot
mm,
of times we talk about the outward beauty, but honestly, for me, that's not what draws me to people. What draws me to people
mm,
is what's inside, is the contents of your heart. It's the words you speak, and what those words mean, and what those words do to other people. So when Valerie and I started talking about this book and bringing it to life, as a servant, I'm a conduit, right? I'm a vessel.
mm,
It was my duty to do whatever I could to support her vision to bring this book to life, because this book deserved a platform. Her words, her beauty deserves
mm,
to shine. And I can tell you that this book is only just the beginning. Queen Val, you are an African queen. I think
Thank
we can all acknowledge that, and you do carry yourself in such a way. And this book is definitely a testimony to who you are as a person, and the type of people that you are speaking to, because it's not just one person. You are speaking to many people in this book. So definitely, it's a not only just an inspirational book, but it's a timely event in terms of when the book is coming out, with everything going on in the world, with so many of us doubting ourselves and questioning who our authentic self is. This book, I think, is going to help a lot of people to find their inner self and to find the path they are supposed to be on.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And you heard that here about the beginning and the next chapter movie.
the
Lungana,
movie.
thank you so much. you know, thank you so much for being part of it, because it's one thing to see something, it's another thing to be obedient to what God has called you to do. So thank you so much for being obedient. And I love the fact that we all in different places in the world, and yet
Mhm.
obedience has a way of just linking you up,
Yeah.
linking you up. There's no distance, because God is able to override and supersede so many things that we might feel as limitations, and yet, and somebody could be in Hong Kong and they're meant to be, connected to somebody who's in Milan, or whatever the case may be. And it's so encouraging that, you heeded the call, and that you've stayed true to your own mandate. So thank you so much for being part of her journey. I mean, I'm just like touched myself listening to all this, because we all want people that believe in us, and can come out of themselves and be there for you in whatever form or manner. So thank you, Boss Rue. We
Pleasure is all mine.
appreciate you. We appreciate you. So yeah, Val did speak about this, the publisher of this particular book, and this is Lady Hazel Kumalo. She has wanted to shy away, but we want to hear your voice, Lady Kumalo. And can you please tell us a little bit about the availability of the book, and also what's your journey that you've had with this particular thing? How are you doing?
Hey, Miss Delicious Diva, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm just enjoying the show. And I just want to
Yeah.
pull my hair, blowing me out of my comfort zone. I'm so happy in the background, listening to
Yeah,
everybody.
but my darling, God did not make you for the background. Come into the light.
All right, let's shine. So what was the question? Sorry.
So, where are people going to be able to get this book? Where is it going to be available? And also, Hazel, you've been also very instrumental on this journey. You really have. And perhaps if you can also just tell us a snippet of for yourself, what you've seen in Val and in the book. Just a snippet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Perhaps maybe let me just start with your first question, where the book is available. Currently, it's available as an e-copy. The hard copy will be available during the physical launch, which will be sometime early next year.
Right.
And currently available on our online bookstore, Maranatha Publications. So it's www.maranathapublications.co.zw. We'll have it on other platforms as well early next year. So that's where you have we have the copy, and it's available for $5, only $5.
Wow. Right.
Yeah.
And
So
your snippets?
My journey with Queen Val is an interesting one, very interesting. I think she shared a bit at the beginning on how we met. We met through her best friend Tariro, Cheryl, who was just interviewed now. I met Tariro at a Esther's grooming course. That's where we met. We were being groomed to be queens. So it was just natural that I hang out with queens. When I first met her, she had come and she was looking for an editor, somebody to just help her edit the book. And I remember when she came in and she was saying, "No, can you please help me?" I'm thinking, oh Lord, what do I do? Then eventually we started talking, and she spoke about her book. What really touched me about her book is that it actually spoke to me.
Right.
I was that girl who she wrote the book to, wrote the book for.
Yeah.
I also had an identity crisis. I didn't know who I was as a woman. I didn't know my inner beauty, my inner strength. So as she started telling me about the book, I thought, wow, I need to be a part of this. And I remember she then, like she mentioned earlier, that she then asked for the price. For anybody who's been through the publishing route, you know that it's not expensive. It's not expensive. It is expensive. Super expensive. But literally, the Holy Spirit just dropped a figure, literally. And I was just obedient, and I just told her that figure. And just like she confirmed, it was exactly what she had. And from there on, as our journey started, it has been an uphill. It has been a lot of worrying, creepy, freaky things that have happened on this journey. You know, like we would be working on something, the computer just goes off.
Right, right.
You know,
Yeah.
our gadgets would just stop working for days. And even leading up to this particular launch, I mean, the team that has been involved in this has really taken a battering from this. I know, Suzu, you got sick. I got sick like days before. DJ Pat, for example, who was supposed to be behind the mic with Boss Roo, lost his brother this morning, so he couldn't join us. So everybody around this book and who's contributed to this book has actually literally taken a log. But for me, that's a sign. That is a sign that there's something to this book. There's so much value to this book. I've had the privilege of spending a lot of time with Val. And I love her to bits. She's just grown to be my sister, you know. She's a mini version. She's a younger version of me. So we get along so well, like a house on fire. And I don't know if a lot of people can say this about their relationship with their publisher, with their editor. I don't know if they can say that, but she's literally become a family, my family, and her mom, and the entire group at Radio Musica, with Boss Roo as well. You guys have really become a family because of Val. I met everybody here because of Val. So that's been my journey. There's just so much, actually. We need to write a book about this journey, the journey of this book. We actually need to write a book about it because there's so much that went into it. So much, so many sleepless nights. So much sacrifice went into this book. But we're here today. We thank God. We thank everybody that is actually online and listening and tuning in. I see a lot of my friends, a lot of her friends are sending us messages. Thank you guys so much for your support. It is overwhelming. Your support is overwhelming. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for that. Oh, guys, I tell you, if only we could be here forever. And time is moving so fast. I'm looking at the clock and I'm like, oh, what is happening here? Thank you so much for that, Hazel. And thank you so much for just also being part of the journey.